UFC Winnipeg has just concluded. Pretty decent card, you know. These cards have no name value. They do tend to actually provide solid fights with no name value. We had a good main event. Gilbert Burns losing and retiring. Questionable judging decision in the co-main event. Joe Herbert with a nasty upset. Judy Vicious with a boring decision win. Gage Young with an upset. A nasty KO with Barboza. Valentin getting a nice win. Sakram with a nice KO win. Croden with a good win. Aldrich with a controversial win. Castaneda with a controversial draw. Siraj with a controversial, no, not controversial, an embarrassing loss. Yeah. In this video, I'm going to go through the entire card, break every fight down, give my thoughts. First fight of the night, we had Jamie Siraj versus John Yanis. Oh dear, Jamie Siraj is complete dog shit. I picked Jamie Siraj. I don't know why. I'd seen the tape. I'd seen his striking's dog shit. If he can't get you down, he's not going to win. He shot twice on John Yanis. John Yanis successfully defended them both. No, that was kind of not expected after his first fight. Then completely dominated him on the feet. Jamie Siraj pulled guard, and John Yanis landed some nasty elbows. And yeah, the fight was 2 minutes 43 seconds. Not really much to talk about. Jamie Siraj couldn't get him down. John Yanis just popped the shots on the feet. A couple of nice right hook landed. Then finished the fight after Jamie Siraj pulled guard with a couple of nasty elbows. The referee stopped the fight. 0-1 for Canadians on the card. Yeah, Jamie Siraj, you're not that good, buddy, sadly. Cannot strike. Chase Hooper, is that you? Second fight of the night, we had John Castaneda versus Mark Vologdin in the it's a catchweight bout, meant to be bantamweight, but a couple of weight issues. But this fight was very good, as expected. Mark Vologdin is too small for the division and will always struggle in this division. He's too small, he's cut down to flyweight. Controversial decision, you know, we had the point taken away of Castaneda, which led to it being a decision. Castaneda probably would have won. Which is fair, I guess. I mean, two illegal low blows. I mean, literally the fight started off low blow about 10 seconds in. Not a good start for Vologdin. Kills the hype, kills the momentum. But Vologdin's a fucking fun guy. We see him rolling thunder at the end. He's got heart, very durable, but Castaneda's too big for him, just like most of these bantamweights. Solid chin, will always stay digging. You know, Castaneda tried to out-grapple him. No, he didn't. Vologdin tried to out-grapple Castaneda, but Castaneda defended all of the takedowns, bar one. Just kind of like a slip takedown. Yeah, Castaneda pushing Vologdin back up against the cage, using his reach advantage, backing him up. It was a solid scrap, very competitive. Castaneda, Vologdin just firing shots at each other. Vologdin was cut up bad. Yeah, very entertaining fight. As always, Vologdin's an entertaining guy. He's going to bring it. Needs to go down. Point down at the end, Rolling Thunder was very fun. But yeah, the guy's not a bantamweight, is he? Needs to cut down. Fun fight, but the point deduction kind of ruined it as Castaneda would have won. But you can't foul in MMA, whether it's unintentional or not. I suppose it's harsh. If it's an unintentional blow, there needs to be a fine line between intentional blows and unintentional. Because if you're going out there like Cyril Gahn just doing the right, then yeah, take the point. But if it's unintentional low blow, then don't take the point. But harsh for Castaneda. Loughlin's got heart, stayed in there, and won the fight. And didn't win the fight, and got the draw. Stayed in there. Could have got TKO'd, but yeah, good fight. Very good start to the card. These two fights. Next fight on the card, JJ Aldrich versus Jamie Lynn Hoff. And oh dear. Judges, what the fuck are we doing? This is a clear robbery. Jamie Lynn Hoff. 30-27, arguably 29-28 at a minimum. JJ Aldrich did not win this fight. I could not name you a single round where she clearly won, let alone win two. Disgusting scorecards. I mean, the significant strikes say, oh, I know you can't determine a fight winning off of that. Shot two takedowns. Lynn Hoff defended them both. Let's be honest, the fight was fucking boring. It's WMA and low-level WMA. Somehow this JJ Aldrich is ranked. Not much output from both women. However, when there was, Jamie Lynn Hoff was, Aldrich was on the back foot for the majority of the fight, firing 1-2 shots minimum. Jamie Lynn Hoff was pushing forwards, had Aldrich backed up, landing combinations, pressuring up against the cage. You know, they score, one of the metrics they score the fights on is cage control. Jamie Lynn Hoff had the better cage control. Aldrich was on the back foot the majority of the fight. And to be honest, it was quite even, but Lynn Hoff was landing the more damaging shots. Had Aldrich cut up bad. Yeah, Lynn Hoff clearly won this fight. More damaging, more pressure, higher output. Don't know how JJ Aldrich won the fight. And Lynn Hoff is Canadian. They robbed a Canadian in their home country. No, that would never happen in Abu Dhabi in France. Interesting. Clear robbery. Jamie Lynn Hoff clearly won that fight. I'm not just saying that because I picked her. She clearly won that fight. Don't know how Aldrich won that fight. But yeah, I'm not going to get too upset about it because it's low level WMA and I don't really care that much. However, Lynn Hoff, you were robbed. Next fight, Melissa Croden versus Dariusz Lesniakova, and this was a very good scrap, much better than the prior WMA fight in Aldrich and whatever her fucking name is, Lynn Hoff. Uh, honestly, I thought it was going to be a boring fight. Round one was pretty boring. Dariusz Lesniakova just circling at range, side to side, like a B-Tech Natalia Silva. Melissa Croden trying to track her down but struggling. However, round 2 and 3, Melissa Croden really grew into the fight, rolled her up against the cage, started to get her takedowns, cutting her open bad with some ground and pound. Yeah, Melissa Croden really grew into the fight. I like that she implemented that left high kick as Lesniakova was circling to the right. Very smart adjustment from Melissa Croden. She made it a dogfight, which you need to do. You've got to do that against an opponent that's trying to circle away. Very impressive performance from Melissa Croden. Turned it around in final 2 rounds and got the clear decision win. Kept taking her down at will at the end of the 2 rounds. Struggled early on, earlier stages of round 2 and late of round 1 to get her down. But as the fight went on, she started landing the more strikes, backing her up against the cage, holding her in the clinch, getting the sweeps and the trips, getting Zelezniakova down, landing ground and pound, doing damage, cutting her open bad. Croden was getting pinged about, cut open early in round 1 and the beginning of round 2. She got her own back in the second half of the fight. You can start well, but you've got to maintain it. Zelezniakova started very well, very strong round 1 and round 1.5. Then Croden did what she needed to do, adjusted to the fight, used her game plan, backed Lesniakova up, took her down, ground and pound. Very impressive from Croden, a real scrap at the end. Yeah, didn't really expect that. Or a card like this, a fight like this, after seeing that. Yeah, after seeing that first round, didn't expect it to be a war in the end, but big respect to Melissa Croden. I'm a Melissa Croden fan now, very entertaining fight. Yeah, very good fight. Well earned win. Next fight, we had a real heavyweight war. What is it with heavyweights now? And these last 2 cards and put on bangers. Boza versus Sarakam, absolute banger for while it lasted. Sarakam immediately went out there in his debut. Very impressive performance, man. Rocked Boza straight away. I thought it was going to be a quick anticlimactic fight, but Boza showed heart, showed a chin. In the past, he's not done that. Somehow, fighters are weird. Sometimes one fight they turn up chinny, the next they're solid, like Lowkey. He died against Buckley, chinny, then turns up against Joel Alvarez as a chin. Boza's done the same here. Not an impressive performance, It was a back and forth fight. Sarakam would rock Boza. Boza would survive, land a couple more shots. Sarakam would try and take him down. Boza would defend it. Sarakam would hurt Boza. Boza would recover. And it didn't last, round 2, Boza started chopping those low kicks. Sarakam made the read. Started popping the right down the middle as Boza would throw it. Nasty counter, sat Boza down. Got the TKO win. An impressive performance in his debut. I'm not going to lie, I picked Boza. I didn't rate Sarakam's wins on the regional scene. And rightfully so, he's beaten no one good. To be honest, he come out in the interview, said he had a shoulder injury. Said he would have looked to take Boza down, which is weird because he's striking look good. But if that's an injured Sarakam, then this is a real decent prospect we've got in the future. I'm not going to lie, I don't have too high hopes for him. Boza was a competitive fight for the majority of that first round. Bar the first minute and a half, Boza grew into the fight. Sarakam stamped his authority on it and showed Boza levels, landed the TKO blow, sat Boza down. Not gonna lie, the takedowns were pretty weak. Boza was sprawled in most of them. Sarakam would try and get him up against the cage occasionally and get the trip. But the performance, Sarakam getting a nasty TKO in the second round. Yeah, Tana Boza, whether they keep him or not, who knows? 22-11, not a good look, but very good debut win from Gokhan Sarakam. Good things to come from him in the heavyweight division. Next fight, Robert Valentin versus Julien LeBlanc. Oh my days, Robert Valentin. Incredible performance. I know Julien LeBlanc is complete dog shit. However, Robert Valentin made it look easy and proved everyone right that was saying LeBlanc is dog shit. Valentin not had the best of luck in the UFC. Obviously, he's had some dodgy matchups by his first fight against the prospects at the time. However, looked very impressive. Come out there very high, very far, very high, very quick. Popping. I'm pretty. Yeah, he threw 3 heavy low kicks instantly off the bat. fucking up LeBlanc's the inside calf. Then took him down straight away, clearly outstriking him on easy takedown. Immediately took the back, got the hooks in. And yeah, LeBlanc defended it for about 20 seconds, but then Robert Valentin got the rear naked choke win. Very impressive. He's fighting for his contract basically. If he lost that fight, it would have been cut. Very impressive performance. Yeah, LeBlanc's ass. Pretty emotional post-fight speech from Valentin. That was quite wholesome and respectful to see. Losing his mother. Very sad for him. Obviously, we all rest in peace, Robert Valentin's mother. However, very impressive performance. Looked very good, and yeah, he has saved himself. He saved his UFC career. He would have been cut if he lost. Yeah, very impressive Valentin. Not only looked good on the feet, but got the submission win. Showed his grappling, showed his striking skills. Solid guy in this middleweight division. He's pretty tall for the division as well, so he could give some guys some problems. However, we've seen him lose to decent guys before, so we've got to build him up slowly. LeBlanc's not even really UFC level, so impressive performance. However, it's not against the best level of comp. But he went in there and got the job done. What more can you ask of Robert Valentin other than to make it look easy? Very good win from Robert Valentin. LeBlanc, no, yeah, your shit, bro. Next fight, Dennis Bazooka versus Marcio Barboza. And oh my days, I called it. Dennis Bazooka got hit with a bazooka, just like my granny. And oh my days, what a performance from Marcio Barboza in the debut. Putting out a solid guy in the UFC. Dennis Bazooka's not, no, he's not like champ, future rank 10, not a big prospect, nothing, but solid guy that's been there, done it in the UFC. Nasty left hook. Yeah. Counter left hook in the wild exchange. Puts Bazooka out cold. Just twitching down the canvas. Nasty KO. Yeah. I called it, man. I knew Bazooka been inactive, not the best striker himself. Very good performance from Barbosa in the debut. Very impressive. Massive highlight reel victory. It doesn't get any better than that. Beating a well-respected UFC guy in your debut, on putting him out cold in the first round, minute and 20 seconds. Incredible power from Mauricio Barbosa. And the featherweight division is stacked. You've got, obviously, Nathaniel Wood. I'm being serious. Real unranked prospects. You've got Larian Douglas, the GOAT. Alberto Montez. And now this guy, Mauricio Barbosa. There's many contenders in the featherweight division. Luke Riley. Austin Bashi. This division is stacked. I made the prospects video the other day. He would be in it if I was to make it tomorrow. Incredible performance from Marcio Barbosa. Not much else to say. Nasty left hook, puts Bazooka out cold. Great debut performance. Opening up the main card, we had Turgo Moises versus Gage Young. This was a very competitive, impressive fight from both guys. Turgo Moises started very well, pressuring up against the cage, throwing those heavy low kicks, got the inside trip takedown, took the back, sat there for the majority of the round, then transitioned into it was kind of awkward. He was too high, but he wasn't. Nearly got the twister towards the end of the round. Gage Young got the reversal, ended the round in a triangle. It's a very weird grappling scramble. Togo Moises won round one. Pressure, the takedown, the control, the submission attempt, the threat. Then completely gassed out. Round two just kept shooting. Look at the takedown stats, 215. Kept shooting. Young kept sprawling. Moises gassed. And Young started to take over, started popping the jab. I liked the way he went for the body shots, the 1-2 to the body. Young started to get success in the grappling. Moises would take Young down. Young got a reversal, bit of damage in there. Then they'd get up again. Moises would shoot. Young would defend it. And Young started to take over on the feet, started to counter it, make the reads. And sat Moises down in round three multiple times. Started emoting for some weird reason. Could have got the finish. Yeah. Moises gassed completely. Started pulling guard. Why are you pulling guard? Gage Young could have got the finish, but started to emote, trying to aura farm. Yeah. I did like the teep kicks from Gage Young, throwing the teeps against Thiago Moises was very impressive. Backing him up. Yeah. Very good performance from Gage Young. I did pick Thiago Moises. Honestly, could have got him out there in round one. Good submission defense, good heart, good durability. Stayed in there. Could have got the finish. Showed good striking, good counter striking against Thiago Moises. That's a crafty guy to beat. Gage Young is young. No pun intended. Beating a crafty vet like Thiago Moises, who's fought some of the best guys in the lightweight division and welterweight division. It's no bad going at your age. Kind of a disappointing ending. Could have got the TKO, started to emote, but very good performance. Round 2 and 3 onwards. Clear 29-28, sitting him down. outstriking him, defending the takedowns. Round one was a bit questionable, you know. If he fights a better grappler, is he going to get submitted? Who knows? But good performance in round 2 and 3, defending the takedowns, getting the shots off, counter striking, sitting Moises down. Yeah, I don't mind Gage Young. He's okay. He's earned my respect. Next fight we had Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Corinne Silva. This was a very high level grappling WMA fight. Fucking boring to be honest. The first 3 minutes, absolutely nothing happened. Jasmine Jasudavicius and Corinne Silva were just staring at each other, throwing feints. Then Jasmine Jasudavicius pulled a shot a takedown. She got a trip on Corinne Silva into full guard. Corinne Silva immediately pulled some fancy triangle on some BJJ expert. She was kind of elevated with the triangle. Just spamming elbows off the bottom. Then the fucking horn went 5 seconds early. Arguably, Corinne Silva won the first round. I gave her the first round. I think the judges did as well. Because Jasudavicius was on top, but she was getting held in a choke, getting hit. So how she win that fight? She didn't do anything. First 3 minutes to win the round. So 1-0 Silva. Round 2, Jasudavicius shot again. Silva pulled a standing guillotine. Jasudavicius immediately backed away. She then shot again. Silva pulled the guillotine on the ground. Jourdain did a very good job of transitioning, getting high and wide into the side control, counter, then transitioned to north-south, landed some couple of shots, knees to the body, and did the round on side control on top of Corinne Silva. Major adjustments. Look at the stats. Significant strikes, 18 and 15. Minimal strikes landed, just minimal jabs to the side of the head, just so the ref didn't stand them up. Very good grappling though from Jasmine Jourdain. She then did the exact same in round 3. Got the takedown. Corinne Silva pulled guillotine and triangles. But Jourdain would just transition out into the side control, half guard, land on top. She even got the what did she get? She even took the back of Corinne Silva for a split second at the end of the fight. Yeah, clear dominant to Jourdain, 29-28. Gave Corinne Silva the first. Jourdain made the transition, made the adjustments in the second and third, countering the submission attempts from Silva, transitioning to side control, half guard. Very boring fight, no damage landed, but just got chinned in about a minute and a half in the last fight. It's understandable. Good performance, show good grappling. Silva's a crafty crafty woman. She'll get you in a sub if you leave your neck wide open. Yeah, good performance. Not much else to say. Pretty boring, good grappling. Silva just relying on submissions instead of trying to get back to the feet. Next fight, and oh my days, what a fight it was. Mandel Nallo versus Jai Herbert and the Black Country Badger fraud checks. 36-year-old prospect Mandel Nallo. What a fight, I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit worried at the start for Jai Herbert. Nallo looked like he was dropping him with every kick he threw, every punch he threw. Had Jai Herbert backing up against the cage. That left high kick was landing. Jai Herbert was looking wobbling all over the place. Nallo got overconfident. Jai Herbert landed a nasty right overhand. I think it was a right hook, right overhand, right punch. I can't remember if it was a hook or overhand. Drops Nallo, lands some ground and pound. Nallo survives, pulls triangle. Herbert gets back to the feet. They swing again. Jai Herbert drops him again, and this time puts him away. Nasty upset win for Jai Herbert. I picked Nallo. I thought Nallo was going to beat him, Jai Herbert. It was a completely valid pick. Jai Herbert's looked shit as of late, losing to Chris Padilla. Not really beating anyone that good, but very impressive performance. Incredible scrap. Nasty performance from Jai Herbert. Nallo, massive fraud check. Canadian MMA. It's not a great night for them, but good performance from Jai Herbert. Saved his contract. On to the co-main event, Kyler Phillips versus Charles Jourdain. And you're seeing the title, I put robbery question mark. Now, I don't know if there's a robbery, but there's a very good argument for Kyler Phillips, 29-28 here. Clearly, rounds 1 and 3. Definitely round 1 was Kyler Phillips. The split round was round 3. Phillips got the takedowns, but Jourdain did the damage. It depends how you score it. I mean, it's fair either way. Jourdain did the damage and Phillips got the takedowns. Didn't really threaten as much as round 1. Round 1 was clearly Kyler Phillips, and round 2 was clearly Jourdain. And round 1 was dominant from Phillips, holding Jourdain down. They just scramble up. Jourdain, it's kind of like Jasudavicius versus Silva. Jourdain just spam guillotines and Kimuras. Phillips would adjust, get around. and shoot again and win the takedowns. Jourdain keep repeating the submissions, and the round ended. Round two was much better from Jourdain, pressuring Phillips backwards. Landed. Jourdain's a very good striker, very unique, wild, throwing wild shit at Carla Phillips, backing him up. Phillips didn't really get as many takedowns that round. That was a clear Jourdain round. He outstruck him, landed the more damage, and I think he opened a little cut up on the nose of Phillips. Then in round three, Phillips would shoot the takedowns. Jourdain, he'd get a few, but Jourdain would scramble up to the feet. And that's where he cut the eye open badly of Carla Phillips. And that's probably what won him the fight. Damage. Jourdain had minimal damage. All Phillips did was get the takedowns. So now looking back on it, when I've had a little bit of time to think, I was a bit biased at first because I picked Carla Phillips. Maybe Jourdain did deserve the win. More damage in rounds 2 and 3. Phillips didn't really land much on the feet. Landed a couple of nice counter hooks and 1-2s down the pipe of Jourdain when he threw some wild shit countering it. But very good fight. Delivered as expected. This and the main event were expected on paper to be the two best fights of the card. And they certainly did deliver. Very competitive fight. Phillips showed incredible grappling. Jourdain showed good defense and very wild, unique striking. Made it difficult, but both guys made it difficult for each other. Phillips made it difficult for Jourdain defensively, grappling wise, and then Jourdain made it difficult for Phillips on the feet. Very good fight. Jourdain should be ranked next. Give him a ranked opponent. And Carla Phillips, give him someone else on the verge of the rankings, maybe. And Yanez or Simone, someone like that. Just keep him active because he's not fought in a while. He's come off a couple of losses, but yeah, good fight. Both guys did well. Arguably could have gone either way, but I thought now on reflection, Jourdain could have won, but I can definitely see the Phillips argument. On to the main event, Burns versus Mallot. I've already dropped a little mini breakdown if you want to check that out. But as you can see, Mike Mallot, as you probably know, TKO Gilbert Burns in round 3, and Gilbert Burns has now retired from MMA. As expected, the guy's washed, the guy can't take the punches, the guy's not durable enough anymore. And good to see him retire. 39 years of age, a hell of a career. He's only increasing the CTE and brewing his legacy in the sport. However, onto the fight, round 1. Mallot was very, for the whole fight, Mallot was very conservative, back foot, calm and composed, which is, I didn't expect that in his home crowd. I thought he'd be going for the finish straight away. Burns is coming off a lot of losses to TKOs and KOs. Thought Mallot would be aggressive early, looked to get him out there quick, but he didn't. Gilbert Burns was the guy pushing forwards with the low kicks, but I like that Mallot was checking a lot of the low kicks. Gilbert Burns would shoot a lot, 7 takedowns. Mike Mallot defended them all. Very impressive grappling from Mike Mallot. Thought Gilbert Burns would be able to get him down for at least a round and a half and threaten him with a submission. That didn't happen. Mallot just stayed on the range, countered, uses his reach advantage, popping him with the jabs, cut Gilbert Burns open badly in the nose. Yeah. Gilbert Burns, literally you can tell he's trained by Henry Hoof. He fought exactly like Michael Chandler in this fight. Pushing forwards, trudging forwards, getting hit. Not really moving the head. Swinging wild overhands at Mike Mallot. Mike Mallot could see it from a mile away, would counter it. Then he'd shoot a stupid, awfully timed takedown. Mike Mallot defend it. Now, not to shit on Gilbert Burns, this was an awful performance, but it was expected. The guy's washed. A lot up and coming guy in his hometown. It was expected and meant for Mike Mallot to win. Very good performance from Mike Mallot. Stayed in range with the jab, popped the jab, like the combination in one. Popped the jab straight and then followed up with right hand. Gilbert Burns didn't really defend it very well. The shots were getting through. Backing Gilbert Burns up and put the shots on him. Straight, jab straight, right, sat Burns down, bit of ground and pound. Burns got back up. Mike Mallot sat him down again. Then followed him to the ground, followed up with some ground and pound. Disappointing to see for Gilbert Burns, but good for Mike Mallot. Canada finally has a star. That's debatable. Cinch GSP, good performance. Sad to see Gilbert Burns retire. Tough to see. Let me know what you guys thought of the card. Did you enjoy it? Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.